it's this sound. Now this is, I think this is one I did. A New Dawn. Yeah, it sounds familiar. This is the same kind of synth sound that you get in the later 80s, the mid to late 80s digital, not workstations, but the digital sample and synthesis from Roland and Korg, etc., etc. So things like the Roland D50, Korg M1, they had this combination of virtual analog and sampled oscillator waveforms, which gave us something completely new. But in terms of sound design, if we have a look at oscillator 1, this is more or less a super saw kind of thing. Oscillator 2, I can't remember what I put in oscillator 2. Oh yeah, it's like a vocal wavetable that's modulated a bit. You see that moving around? And then oscillator 4 is the sampler. So this is like a choir sample. And then oscillator 5 is what we call an anklang, which is like a wind chime kind of thing. And then 6 was another wind chime, I think, but more of a metallic one. So altogether, they create this really rich texture, and this was quite a ubiquitous thing in the late 80s. The Roland, I mentioned this before in the Synthwave Tech Tips, I believe, but the Roland D50, the preset called Digital Native Dance or Native Digital Dance, it was on everything for a few years. It was all over the pop charts, and this is the same kind of sound as that. But for me, it just added a nice textural note to this little breakdown. I didn't want to do a lot. It was just transitioning from verse 1, chorus 1 to verse 2, chorus 2. And then I've pulled in these ad-libs again, these vocal ad-libs that we were using down here. I've pulled them up here on a separate channel because I just wanted to process them slightly differently. So let's have a listen to these. I didn't do anything per channel. Ableton Live puts them in this rack sometimes. I don't know why. I missed that. But I've grouped them together, and you can see we've got auto pan going on. Then there's the same kind of delay that we've got on this vocal send. So it's like a half note. It's back the right channel. Then I've used echo as a more of a kind of a textural reverby kind of deal. Let's just have these on one at a time. So the first delay is doing this. All the way. So nice straightforward delay there. And the second delay, echo, is doing something much more interesting. All the way. It's more of a reverby kind of deal. And then the EQ is filtering everything because I wanted to filter it quite severely. It's almost like a radio voice filter. Not quite, but almost there. The reason I did that is because this pad, the brake pad, the really big textural thing, is such broad spectrum. You know, it's low down, it's high up, and it's all over the place as well. So if you try to have an echoed vocal in there as well, they're going to start masking each other. So I just wanted the vocal over the top, like a little atmospheric. And when you put them together, I think they do work. And then finally, we've got this little FM riser. I think this is something I did. And basically all that's going on here is we've got the FM capability of Ana 2 here. And I've got the G envelope. See this basic rise I put in here? So if you look at the mod matrix, this is increasing the pitch of oscillator 1, and it's also increasing the FM amount of oscillator 1 and oscillator 2. And that just creates that FM style riser. So it's just a little bit more interesting than using noise sweeps and reverse crashes all the time. So altogether, if you notice, we have got the lead, the main lead. The main lead is something I've got going on most of the track, apart from the verses. It's like the anchor for everything. So the track starts with that main lead, and it's all the way throughout, apart from the verses. And then one other thing to notice here is I've got the bass from the chorus 1. The bass leads into the breakdown just as a kind of something to tie them together. Generally speaking, you'd use the noise sweeps and the crashes, that kind of thing, to tie one section to the other. But I just wanted something a little bit more familiar to tie them both together as well. So let's just have a listen to everything together. So that lead one is filtering down now. Dreamy. And then we go on to verse 2. So that's pretty much it for the little breakdown thing. I did mention in the last video that I wanted to look at the transitional effects, but I just wanted to get this out of the way first because the transitional effects run into the breakdown as well. So I think that's what we'll look at next, and then probably on to final. Oh no, we've got the lead. We've got the lead to put in as well. So yeah, it'll be transitional effects next. So see you there.